Hi, welcome to our channel Good New. The two major superpowers of the world formerly had an obsession with nuclear weapons technology. The current flashpoint is between China and the US. The political conflict between the two nations is centered on Huawei, a Chinese telecommunications corporation. Long-standing concerns from the Americans have increased recently, with claims that the internet behemoth has stolen trade secrets, committed fraud, and has connections to the Chinese government and military. Behind the headlines, though, Huawei's very character also plays a significant role in this clash. How come? Do you know that Huawei means Chinese success when translated from Chinese? The word Huawei is made up of two distinct characters. The first character in the name Hua is translated as China or Chinese, whereas the second character in the name Wei is achievement or activity. Thus, when combined, these two characters indicate Chinese achievement, which alludes to the accomplishments of the enterprises. However, attacks are often focused on the outstanding. Following the US's sanctions against Huawei, the shipment of mobile phones fell precipitously, dropping from first place among domestic mobile phones to fifth. So how significant is Huawei to China as a private company? Why was Huawei sanctioned by the United States when there are so many successful domestic technology and internet companies? Please subscribe to our channel before we begin the video we have today so that we can urge you to watch more of them. Let's talk about Huawei's ascent and collapse in today's video. Let's first look at the security dangers in 5G as the US accuses Huawei of having security problems. The sheer amount of use that 5G will see is one of its major security concerns. By doing away with cable connections, 5G opens the door for many more things to be linked to the internet and updated, including industrial machinery and residential appliances. Even equipment used in hospitals, industrial robots, and self-driving vehicles will function flawlessly because to 5G's constant, never-decreasing bandwidth. Security flaws are bound to show up early on with any novel technology. For instance, European researchers have already discovered vulnerabilities in the way cryptographic keys would be exchanged in 5G networks. The potential of data theft and sabotage, or what cybersecurity experts refer to as the attack surface, will be significantly larger as there are so many more linked devices. Current security vulnerabilities will also affect the new networks since 5G is designed to connect with existing 4G, 3G, and Wi-Fi networks, in some cases employing mesh networking that completely eliminates centralized management of a network. A layer of control software for 5G will assist guarantee constant connectivity, build virtual networks, and provide fresh network functionalities. For instance, a network provider may build a private 5G network for a bank, and the bank could utilize network characteristics to confirm the identities of app users. However, this software layer will present fresh opportunities for a malevolent network administrator to monitor and alter data. Additionally, it can provide new attack vectors, and hardware flaws might enable users to switch between virtual networks while listening in or stealing data in the process. Can 5G be made secure, then? Although the image painted by these security concerns is gloomy, all of them have technical remedies. A careful use of cryptography may help safeguard data as it travels through virtual networks and between multiple systems, even protecting it from the businesses that own and manage the hardware. These coding techniques can prevent jamming, spying, and hacking. Two studies provide an excellent summary of the dangers and potential remedies: Security for 5G Mobile Wireless Networks, Analysis of Threats and Solutions. The Network Coding and Reliable Communications Group at MIT is led by Professor Muriel Medid, who asserts, if you do it right, you will really have a more resilient network. Why does the US still prohibit Huawei when the alleged security dangers of 5G may be avoided? In 2014, Huawei was the first Chinese business to be listed among Interbrand's top brands of the world. This in turn demonstrates that Huawei is a premium and well-known brand. After all, only the biggest businesses that have been extremely successful are listed in these rankings. Years ago, it would have been difficult to imagine that Huawei would eventually gain recognition on a global scale, but now, the company is regarded as one of the top producers of smartphones and other mobile devices. Huawei generated 858.8 billion yuan in income in 2019, whereas China's GDP was 98,651.5 billion yuan. Therefore, the revenue from Huawei alone represented 0.87% of China's whole GDP. The GDP of China was 101.5986 trillion yuan in 2020, while Huawei's yearly income was 891.4 trillion yuan, or 0.88% of that figure. Huawei's worldwide income may have climbed by hundreds of billions of yuan, and possibly its revenue could have made up 1% of the domestic GDP, if it hadn't been sanctioned by the US for no apparent reason. Furthermore, Huawei's income is solely derived on the high-quality GDP growth brought about by advanced technology, which China now lacks. Huawei now holds more than 85,000 R&D patents, leading all Chinese companies. More than 400 billion yuan are invested in research and development, while the nation annually forks out more than 100 billion yuan in taxes. It brings in a lot of money to China each year. It has increased to 1.39 trillion yuan since 2000. In terms of taxes, Huawei will pay 101 billion yuan to the government in 2020. In addition, it continues to buy a lot of domestically produced components, such as BOE screens, Yangtze River storage chips, OLiFe camera modules, BYD camera frames, etc., which are all subtly boosting domestic companies' profits and the growth of China's GDP. Additionally, Huawei is one of the few wholly Chinese-owned businesses in China at the moment. There are no outside investments. Unlike Tencent, which owns a South African corporation, and Alibaba, which has an interest in Japan's SoftBank, the companies behind these two look to be very strong, but their owners are foreigners. The only business that can rank among the top 500 global corporations without going public is Huawei, which has no foreign ownership. In truth, if Huawei went public, it would have an incalculable market value and make more money, but it opted not to do so in order to keep foreign cash out of the controlled company. Another justification for not being listed is Huawei's decision to create a Chinese brand. The only Fortune 500 business that hasn't been listed for money is Huawei, which is a wholly Chinese corporation with no foreign ownership. Huawei will profit more if it goes public. You can only select one of the two since Huawei is creating a Chinese brand, you cannot have both. Huawei decided against it. The combined workforce of the three industry titans is less than Huawei's. Huawei employs 194,000 people. Additionally, it employs up to 100,000 people, the majority of whom are skilled in high technology. We would want to know, will these geniuses stay in China if Huawei is unable to offer them employment and pay? Or elsewhere? However, the American government has determined that allowing a Chinese corporation to control too much of the 5G infrastructure is simply too risky. We might thus conclude that the continuous conflict with Huawei demonstrates the significance of new technology for the future of international competitiveness, economic strength, and even security. And in this tech battle, I think Huawei is better. What about you? Thanks for having your watching in this video. You can add your ideas or suggestions below. Please keep following our channel and like our videos.